Now, the game starts off as always with the player telling the Pokemon Professor all the information he needs to commit identity theft. When that's done, you find yourself in your room, which either means your character has one wild imagination or you took one too many shroomish. We then head to Professor Elm's lab and get to choose our starter. Let's give this Pokeball a go to see what's inside and... oh! Accompanied by our first Pokemon, we have to go visit Mr. Pokemon. If that doesn't sound like some sketchy rare candy salesman, I don't know what does. Yeah, I think I found Mr. Pokemon and he looks just as sketchy as I imagined. My first thought when I saw this was to approach him, of course. I don't know what he's on, but whatever it is, I want some. We then pick up our Pokegear and head to Route 30, but not before picking up our running shoes. While walking through the grass, I got my first wild encounter. I sent out Sleep Aid and... god damn it, our only attacking move is Dynamic Punch. A 100 power fighting move with only 5 uses. This is going to be annoying. The worst part is that Dynamic Punch has an accuracy of 50, so I'll only be able to hit 2 or 3 times before running out of PP. Luckily, I hit, and with the strength of a legendary, I should have no problem taking out a level 3 Chatot, right?
Uh-oh, time for our You Were Wrong song! You were wrong, you were mistaken. Faces are in bones and heads are shaken.
What? It didn't even bring him down to red health! Something's definitely fishy here, so I checked Sleep Aid's stats, and it's the fact that he's a modest nature. Which means he has lower than normal attack in favor of his higher special attack. This would be amazing if his only attacking move wasn't physical. He also has the ability Gluttony, which makes him eat berries when at higher HP. Yeah, our Darkrai sucks. You know what, in hindsight I'm being overly harsh on him. It hit Dynamic Punch 4 times in a row. Good on you, Sleep Aid. I heal at the Poke Center to restore PP and buy some potions, antidotes and paralyze heals. I then go through Route 30. Oh look, a Gibble. Seeing as Sleep Aid already beat a Garchomp, he should have no problem here, right? He missed! 3 times in a row! What the fuck, Sleep Aid? After the first encounter, I have 1 PP left. I decide to turn back and heal before attempting this again. On the same fucking tile, I encounter another Gibble. Thankfully, Sleep Aid hits, and... okay, that's fine, he just needs to hit himself in confusion once, and are you kidding me? Okay, no need to panic, I'll just use Hill and... why? I need to use another fucking Dynamic Punch to finish him off. When I receive the Apricot box, I only have 1 Dynamic Punch left. As it turns out, Darkrai learns his next move at level 11. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon, so I decide to continue anyway, and I've made a huge mistake. True to its name, I realize that I'm going to have to struggle my way through this route. With newfound determination, I continue on my way and encounter the Oxus that knows rest. I immediately regret all of my life choices. But by some stroke of luck, the Oxus doesn't use rest more than once because he tried to recover his HP with Giga Drain instead. I am unfortunately down to 3 potions by the end of the fight. The next encounter is the Dewgong, and for some goddamn reason I didn't heal, resulting in Sleep Aid having 3 HP left after struggling. My heart sank as I realized it's Dewgong's turn, and if Dewgong uses any attacking move, it's over. Oh my god, thank Christ for that! I reached Mr. Pokemon who gives me a sketchy egg, and... I don't care how sketchy it is to deliver this egg, you're a saint in my eyes! I know my first rifle battle will come up shortly, so I heal and buy some more potions. The fight goes worse than I would have liked. Sleep Aid starts off with missing his first Dynamic Punch. The second Dynamic Punch hits and almost takes out Turtwig. Unfortunately, Turtwig snaps out of confusion immediately, but the hill I set up finishes him off. After committing a minor theft, I immediately tell the police his name like the snitch I am. His name was, of course, Donkey. After handing over the egg, I head outside to meet Lyra, who shows me how to catch Pokemon. I don't think that was correct, Lyra. Well, I suppose if you can't beat him, join him. With a Pokeball in hand, I set out to catch... a Bulbasaur. I'm fine with that. After a long battle of chipping away with Hill and throwing enough Pokeballs at a problem to drown a Wailord, I catch it, and after naming it, I check its stats. Torrent without a water move is useless, but it is nice to have a Pokemon with a move that has more than 5 PP. Seeing as Bulbasaur will learn new moves at level 3 and 7, I want to get him to at least that to see how useful he'll be. So let's just quickly switch train him and... oh look, a Steelix! Oh no. Okay, we're fine. My heart. Ugh. Continuing along the route, Charmander the Bulbasaur reaches level 7 and learns Sword Stance and Acupressure. Meaning, if I run into a ghost Pokemon, I can't hit them except for Hill. Because there's a chance the trainers on this route have ghost Pokemon, I raise Charmander to level 9, whereupon it learns Sheer Cold. Another low accuracy move. I cut my losses and hope that my luck will pull through if I have to battle a ghost Pokemon. Youngster Joey sends out a Dustox. I lead with a Dynamic Punch, and then another, and another, and another. Sleep Aid missed! 5 times in a row! What the fuck, Sleep Aid? I'm never going to hit Sheer Cold, am I? I decided to switch in Charmander even though I knew Wing Attack is super effective because I was 5 levels higher. That was a mistake. I am left with a mere 2 HP. I decided to heal up Sleep Aid and tank hits until Dustox faints from hail damage. On Route 31 I can also catch another Pokemon. It turns out to be a Blossom. Although I already have a Grass type in Charmander, I can use the utility since it starts with 4 moves, so I go ahead and catch it. Ah, Shockwave, a move that can't miss. This will come in handy considering my luck seems to be awful. I make my way through Bellsprout Tower and catch myself a Mightyena, who I named Sharp because she is so edgy she cuts herself with ice shards whenever she is sent out to battle due to her ability causing hail. Taking a look at her stats, she isn't all that great. Not only does she have an ability that hurts herself, she also has 4 water moves and a minus attack nature. We climb up the ladder and see Donkey using an escape rope. Typical Donkey. Our fight with the Elder Sage goes smoothly at first. We get off 2 sword stances, so we have no problem taking out Crawdaunt. His Slowbro, however, uses Power Swap, thus removing my buffs and giving his Slowbro a +4 to its attack.
This is fine.
My best bet is going for Sheer Cold, and it actually pays off as it lands in Oko's Slowbro. That's fun to say. I then take out his Butterfree with Shockwave, winning me the battle. Now it's time to take on Falkner, and I immediately get thought that using Sharp was a mistake. At level 5 I couldn't risk her getting hit by a crit, so I switched Ranger, causing every battle to start with Hail. Piloswine is an Ice type, meaning that I'm the only one being hit by Hail. If that wasn't bad enough, my luck decided to rear its ugly head and I got paralyzed by the first move Piloswine used. A move that has a 10% chance of paralyzing the target. Which, you know, it's not very unlikely. The second trainer burned me with the first flamethrower. Another 10% chance. I heal at the Poke Center before fighting Falkner, and my god am I glad I did. Falkner Sands outs a Viper.
Hey, now don't start that again!
With Sandstream causing a Sandstorm. Sharp overrides it with Hail, and Sleep Aid is able to finish off the Viper with Dynamic Punch and Hail damage. His Swallow, however, showed that the world hates me. He used Conversion 2, making his Swallow a Ghost type. Mind you, I can only hit Ghost types with Sheer Cold and a weak Fury Cutter. Swallow then confused Charmander on top of that with Water Pulse. Oh, did I say he confused Charmander? I meant he confused the entire squad. Been there before. Between low accuracy moves and confusion, I couldn't land a hit. Somehow Sharp shows their true effectiveness here as Hail kept doing chip damage to Swallow until he fainted. Never judge a book by its cover, I guess. What the hell is this? Never judge a book by its cover, I guess.
Why did I go all Valley Girl all of a sudden?
After the first gym, we head to the Pokemart to receive the mystery act from one of Professor Elm's aides. We walk outside and meet a Kimono girl. Following her, we enter Route 32, which means I can add another member to the team. In the grass, we encounter a Sandshrew who uses Judgment. God does exist, and I'm going to cram him into this tiny ball. I check its ability, and this will be really helpful, actually. While walking through the grass, I also found the TM for Nasty Plot and an EXP share. As soon as I turned around, however, I also encounter a Lugia. Neat. After beating the last fisherman, Charmander evolved into an Ivysaur.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. And everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
And someone tried to sell me a Slowpoke tail
for $1 million.
We enter Union Cave, and I don't plan on catching anything since I already have 6 Pokemon. Never mind, I love Umbreon. I caught it and named it Tether, because it tried to Perish Song me. I immediately returned to the Pokemon Center to see Tether's ability, and no other reason. I didn't get my ass handed to me by a Regirock. That's crazy, why would you even suggest that? Ah, Tether's ability is Flower Gift, which raises its attack and special defense by 50% when Sunny Day is active. That is amazing. I also take some time to hatch the egg, and as it turns out, it's still a Togepi. I name it Saren and then swap out Saren for Tether to make my team as monotype as possible. My second try at Union Cave went smoothly until I ran into a wild Bronzor. Alright, not a problem. I got frozen by the first Ice Beam and stayed frozen for 7 turns! Fuck Bronzor. I exit Union Cave and check what my wild encounter's going to be. An Arceus. Oh, revenge will be sweet. I send out Faith, and after 2 special defense drops from it using close combat, I strike it down using Judgment. Not so tough are you now, God, when I'm the one casting down Divine Judgment. Oh, the irony. I meet Kurt in Azalea Town and answer the question, if your friend jumps down the slowpoke well, would you? Kurt is paralyzed from the fall, so it's up to us to do his dirty work. Beating the first Rocket Grunt gives us all the information we needed. I appreciate your honesty, I guess? A Marshtomp hits me 5 times with Icicle Spear, and then a Sharpedo hits me another 5 times with Wind Missile. At this point, I got annoyed with my luck, so I talked to the Slowpoke for comfort. Oh look, it's got Mill. Silly Slowpoke. Mill is for humans. Oh. Oh no. Proton is next, and he sends out a Drapion that uses Belly Drum as Dynamic Punch misses. The second Dynamic Punch lands, however, and Drapion goes down. He sends out Typhlosion, so I switch to Tether. He barely survives the third X-Scissor and is able to finish off Typhlosion with Ancient Power. We meet back up with Kurt and then head to the second gym to challenge Bugsy. I equip Tether with a Rock Incense, boosting his Rock-type moves, perfect for his moveset. The trainers along the way don't pose any threats, so I now have to face Bugsy. Weirdly enough, Bugsy uses 2 Bug-type Pokemon. Yanma goes down in 1 hit. Next is Shuckle. This is perfect. Tether learned Toxic at level 15. Guess he was going through puberty. I then missed Toxic twice in a row. Didn't even know you could miss Toxic. I decide to go for Perish Song instead, as it'd be truly something special if I managed to miss a move that doesn't check accuracy. The turn before the Perish count falls to 0, we both switch. Igglybuff used Flail, so Faith took her out with 2 full tackles. Back to Shuckle versus Tether. I use Toxic once more, and this time it hits. I decide to stay in and lower her HP.
Alrighty then.
Side note, what was I thinking when I wrote that line? Tether barely lifts the third full tackle, allowing the toxic damage to finish off Shuckle. After obtaining 5 TMs, none of them are special attacks, so Sleep 8 is still useless. Exiting the town, we encounter a rifled Donkey. I one-shot his first 2 Pokemon, but his Grotle survives with more health than I was expecting, so I used Perish Song to finish him off. In the Ilex Forest, I capture a Weavile, seeing as I might as well go for a full Dark-type team. After some far-fetched collecting, Weavile learned Dark Pulse. Take note, Sleep 8! We make our way to Goldenrod City, where we immediately go to the game corner. After hours of grinding Voltorb Flip, we exchange it for garbage. I may have forgotten that the TMs would differ from what they were listed as. It's not all for naught though, because we can purchase some white lenses here which will boost our accuracy by 10%. And as we've seen, I need it. The only good TM in the game corner and the mall is Seed Flare, a grass type move with a base power of 120, and of course our grass type can't learn it. Oh well, Sleep 8's finally going to learn a special attack. I go to the Goldenrod radio tower, and after completing the quiz we can now challenge the normal type gym leader Whitney. She sends out Aron, and I get off to a strong start by missing Seed Flare. The second Seed Flare lands, however, and out goes Aron. She sends out Grimer and puts up a light screen, halving special attack damage, so I send out Faith. The recoil damage from Full Tackle and her Double Edge nearly knocks us both out, causing me to switch Faith for Tether whilst Whitney uses a Super Potion on Grimer. I have Tether set up Perish Song and follow up with Rock Throw before switching to Faith to absorb damage. In the last turn before Perish Song takes effect, I use Sing, which miraculously hits, but Grimer was holding a Lumberry and wakes up immediately. With no Pokemon to switch to, however, she doesn't have any other options. The Perish count falls to 0, winning me the Plain Badge. Or at least it would have done if she wasn't such a sore loser! After talking to her again, she hands over the Plain Badge and the TM for Scary Face. The flower shop next door gives us the Squirt Bottle, and I exchange coins for the Bite TM twice, learning it to both Faye and Tether. On Route 35 there's a couple you fight one at a time. I sweep the first one without a problem. Wow, that's rude. What makes you think you're going to fare any better? Never mind, that would do it. Well, that's just typical. On Route 36 we use the Squirt Bottle on a Sudowoodo, and after taking it down, the route to Ecruteak City opens up. Along the way, I found out just how useful Perish Song can be after using it on a Nidoking who spammed Minimize. Arriving in Ecruteak City, we heal up and meet Bill, the creator of the storage system. After that, we walk into the dance theater. And never mind, let's just head back to Bill's house and pick up another EV. I named it Verdant and made my way back to the burnt tower, where we battle against our rival who got absolutely crushed. After our encounter with the 3 legendary beasts, we are able to challenge the 4th gym leader, Morty. He starts off by sending out Primplug, which I'm able to take out whilst he's setting up. The ogre is next, and I'm able to take it out using Seed Flare. Oh, that was so nearly terrible. A second Seed Flare takes it out. Ammonite is next, but with his 4 times weakness to grass, he doesn't stand a chance. Machoke is up, and he might be a problem. I don't know if you've noticed, but our team is terrible at dealing with fighting types. I intend to take it out with Perish Song, so I send out Tether. He is able to get off 2 sharpens, doubling his attack. Luckily, I managed to flinch him with Bite. I switch to Weavile whilst Machoke uses Aurora Beam. The Perish counter reaches 0, winning me the battle. Morty hands out TM30 and okay, you don't have to be a spiteful prick about it. Continuing our journey, we head to Route 38, where we are just casually strolling along when this fucking Chad blocks our way, so we're forced to go around him. Because of that, we encounter a Vaporeon, so I catch it and replace Faith with him. We keep heading to Olivine City, and once there, Donkey informs us that the gym leader is at the lighthouse, caring for a sick Ampharos. But I want to do something even more important first, so I head to Goldenrod City instead. Sorry Jasmine, but there's more important medicine to be delivered. I take the elevator to play the random draw. You see, I need some berries, and as it turns out, you can't buy those. However, there is a chance of getting an orange berry from this draw. It costs 300 for 1 draw, but every repeat ball can be sold for 500. So, since I have no need for repeat balls, I can sell them and almost break even whilst getting orange berries in the process. Did I beat the system or did the system beat me? Anyway, with orange berries in hand, I head to Moo Moo Farm, where you might know what I'm planning to do. If you're thinking I'm healing Miltank with orange berries so I can purchase Moo Moo Milk and a TM, you'd be wrong. See, if you talk to the girl next to the Miltank, you get a seal case. This is what I did this for. You may be asking why I'm doing this as it serves no purpose, and to that I say I just like making stuff look pretty shut up. On the shore I see an item, so I surf to go and get it, and what happened to Shell God? Why are you floating? You look like a balloon. After putting it out of its misery, we pick up our item, and I'm so glad I went out of my way to grab it. A 100 accuracy sleep-inducing move. At this point we have put off helping Ampharos for long enough, so let's head inside the lighthouse. For a moment I forget how to climb up a lighthouse and promptly jump out of an open window. I switch the party leader to Faye, and in the following trainer battle I notice her HP stat. Nice. At the top, Jasmine tells us about a pharmacy in Cianwood, so that's where we're headed next. On our way to Cianwood we caught a Laron, and named it Lullaby because it naturally learns Spore. Also, I don't know what the trend going on with my Pokemon is, but they seem increasingly likely to be suicidal. First with Sharp causing Hail, and now Lullaby causing Rain. Because if you don't know, Rain powers up water type moves and Lullaby is weak to water. Arriving at the pharmacy we pick up the secret potion, and is that a Suicune? I won't tell if you don't. Damn it! My plan is to complete this gym first before returning to the lighthouse. Aside from absolutely getting outplayed by this ass elf, the trainers didn't stand a chance. Was that a fucking pun? Now it's time for the gym leader, Chuck. And he got absolutely destroyed, earning me the Storm Badge and enabling me to use Fly. Finally!
Whoa, what?
We use it to head back to the lighthouse and give Jasmine the medicine for Ampharos. Ampharos feels better, so Jasmine heads back to the gym. Jasmine? I like jumping out of windows as much as the next guy, but there's a perfectly good elevator right there. Somehow, she makes it to the gym before us, and we are able to challenge her immediately. She doesn't pose any threat, earning us the Mineral Badge. Back in Ecruteak, we head east, encountering Suicune. Not again! In Mahogany Town, we buy a Rage Candy Bar and walk to the Lake of Rage, where we battle a shiny Gyarados. Lance was watching how we handled this long dragon from the sidelines, and asks us to come back to his place and clear out the Team Rocket hideout. Lance! Take me to dinner first! Also, can I just say how tedious this part is? I must have blocked it from my memory, cause I don't remember this part at all. Team Rocket was trying to use radio waves to force the Magikarp in the lake to evolve. We need to stop those radio waves, so we commit some genocide against Electrode to turn off the power. Real heroes we are. Having stopped the signal, we challenge the Mahogany City gym leader PRYCE. the Winter Trainer. I am feeling pretty good about taking on this gym. This will be the 7th gym, and I haven't lost a single Pokemon yet.
Oh, thanks, Freddy. Foreshadowing.
Despite my luck having been awful and my Pokemon being suicidal, I'm fairly confident that my team can sweep the entire gym, but I still fight all the trainers for a bit of extra XP. And I am proven correct in assuming I could sweep the gym. Mistral alone is able to take out the majority of the trainer's Pokemon with Surf and Thunder, so I decide to forego healing at the Poke Center before challenging the gym leader. PRYCE starts off the battle by sending out Golduck. I lead with Mistral, so I go for Thunder whilst Golduck uses Gravity, inadvertently increasing Thunder's accuracy. Thunder brings Golduck down to red health, and on top of that it paralyzes him as well. I am utterly thrashing PRYCE, and he is forced to swap out Golduck. Electrode takes his place, but doesn't pose any threat to Tether. Executor is up next, as surprisingly is able to put up a good fight with Egg Bomb nearly taking out Mistral. With the help of some Lemonade, however, Mistral is able to knock out the Executor. He uses a full restore on Golduck, so I have Faye use Sing to put Golduck to sleep whilst she repeatedly bites him. The White Lanta bot is being put to good use here, as Sing lands on the first try. The plan works as expected.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Golduck barely survives on red health, wakes up, and uses Roar of Time, which crits, causing Faye to go down in a blaze of glory. I went this long without any casualties, so I was legitimately shocked staring at the switching screen. Using the opportunity from Golduck having to recharge, Mistral avenges Faye by taking out Golduck with one last Shadow Claw, winning me the battle and earning me the Glacier badge. As if to rub salt in the wound, PRYCE ends with the line, "Seems as if my luck has run out." If you're like me curious if it really was his luck and that crit mattered, yes it did. Even in the worst scenario, Faye would have survived with 2 hit points. I'm not mad. No, I am mad. I'm fucking furious. Faye should have lived. That fight has single-handedly shattered my facade of confidence. There have been close calls before, but none of my Pokemon actually got knocked out until this fight. I make my walk of shame to the PC to deposit Faye. And you wanna know what really hurt the most? It's this message. Please detach the ball capsule. Never in all my days did I expect a message as dumb as "please detach the ball capsule" to be this heartbreaking. I forgot just how emotionally attached I grew to this party until this message. I realized that I spent time making personalized animations for when they were sent out into battle. For Faye, it was music notes, because of how much I relied on Sing. I was so mad at myself for losing Faye that I didn't bother to fill the now empty slot with a lower level Pokemon. We get notified that Team Rocket has taken over radio broadcast, so we fly to Goldenrod City to investigate. After disguising ourselves, we enter the radio tower, and Anki immediately blows her cover. Snitch. We find out that Team Rocket is holding the director on the 5th floor. But after making our way up there, it turns out to be Petrol pretending to be the director, and they've stashed the director in the underground warehouse. Once there, we encounter a rival who challenges us to a battle. Nidorina is an easy KO with Surf. Next is Groddle, so I swap to Verdant for Glare and finish him off with a Signal Beam from Sleep Aid. Porygon 2 took some effort because I kept missing, but 4 Dynamic Punches and a Signal Beam later, and Porygon 2 goes down. He apparently has Torterra as well, so I go for the same strategy with another Glare. No. Okay, no more taking chances, so I sweep the rest of his team with Mistral. Goofy? Having rescued the director, it's time to make our way to the top of the radio tower. Oh look, an item. Too soon, game. Too soon. Before we can challenge the leader of Team Rocket, we have to battle Ariano again, and to sum up the fight... No! Bloodied and bruised, we have made our way to Team Rocket's head honchcrow, Archer. Mistral one-shots his entire team with Surf. We beat him so hard that he disbanded Team Rocket on the spot. With newfound confidence, we set our sights on acquiring our 8th gym badge. Continuing our journey, we enter Ice Path, where we catch a full pick so I can have it learn Strength and Rock Smash, which are needed to pass through the cave. Inside, we also pick up a Focus Sash. Yeah, I'm equipping that immediately. Having arrived at Blackthorn City, we purchased 200 Pokeballs, because it was bugging me that every Pokemon other than Vulpix was caught in a Pokeball. Before challenging the 8th gym, I swap out Vulpix for Togepi and give him the XP share. Battling the trainers in the gym, I could already tell this was going to be a tough fight as I was underleveled for even their Pokemon, let alone the gym leader's Pokemon. Last minute preparations and healing have been completed. It was finally time to battle the last gym leader. Claire leads with Electivire, whilst I send out Mistral. I am terrified of getting hit by a stab electric move, but decide to stay in and use Surf. Surf does a bit over half his HP, and I'm pretty sure that Electivire doesn't have any super effective move as it used Karate Chop, so I go for another Surf. Unfortunately, Electivire lands a critical hit Bug Buzz before fainting, leaving me at less HP than I would have liked. Noctowl's up next, so my plan is to heal with Max Potion and then use Thunder. Noctowl, however, was able to chip away at Mistral using Shockwave. I missed Thunder, causing me to take more chip damage, leaving me at 39 HP. Mistral finally lands Thunder, but it only does half of Noctowl's HP. As far as things go, not great. I am forced to use another Max Potion before taking out Noctowl with another Thunder. Unknown is up next. Yes, Unknown's base stats are terrible, so I'm confident that Tether can safely take it out. Tether unfortunately gets poisoned immediately, leaving him at a mere 49 HP after taking out Unknown. Claire's last Pokemon is... So we meet again. At 36 HP whilst poisoned, I had the overwhelming realization. I can't risk Tether using Perish Song.
Shit.
I swapped to Sleep Aid and hope for the best. Please don't have Minimize, please don't have Minimize, please don't have Minimize! Damn it! It's a race against the clock now before Nidoking sweeps me. I am miraculously able to hit the second Seed Flare, but it doesn't even take him down to half HP. I have to use Perish Song to hit him, so I use my turn to heal Tether with a Max Potion. Of course it has Signal Beam. I'm thoroughly screwed, aren't I? Sleep Aid can't tank another hit for me to heal the poison, so I switch to Tether, hoping he'll be able to tank 2 Signal Beams of poison damage to use Perish Song. That plan failed miserably as she hangs on with 45 HP. It is at this point that I remember that Lullaby knows Spore. I'm a moron. I quickly switch to Lullaby and use Spore, which backfires as the second Signal Beam is a critical hit, leaving Lullaby at 26 HP and confused. She hits herself in confusion on top of that, surviving with 18 hit points. I'm so screwed. I use another Max Potion and hope Nidoking doesn't use Minimize. Thankfully he doesn't, and I'm able to go for another Spore, which misses, so we're back to square one. Lullaby is healthy enough to survive one more non-critical Signal Beam, so I take my chance. And the plan somehow backfires even harder this time as Nidoking uses Copycat, putting Lullaby to sleep.
Ironic.
I use my turn to cram a Max Potion down Tether's throat, and a turn after to cram a Max Potion down Lullaby's throat. Using an Awakening, I wake up Lullaby and have her use Spore once more. This time it hits and is able to put Nidoking to sleep. Tether jumps back in and is able to put up Perish Song. I just have to wait 3 more turns, and of course Nidoking knows Snore. The Perish count falls to 0, winning me the battle. Claire, however, subscribes to the Whitney School of being a gym leader and refuses to hand over the gym badge until I prove myself in the Dragon Master Challenge. As if the Randomizer Nuzlocke wasn't proof enough. Kids these days. We take the test and get the approval of the Elder. Claire hands over the badge and we get a call from Professor Elm telling us to stop by at the lab. When we arrive, we get a Master Ball for our efforts and get told to head to the Ecruteak City Dance Theater, where we have to once again prove ourselves. With all this proving going on, you'd think we'd fucking run a bakery. After defeating all 5 of the Kimono Girls, we get the Title Bell and have to meet them at the Whirl Islands. With her hearts in sync with the Title Bell, Lugia bursts through the waterfall. I paralyze it with a critical hit Thunder and throw a Pokeball out to maintain the visual of everything being caught in the Pokeball. It is then that I realize that its moveset is random and it can know Explosion, so I throw a Master Ball instead. Having caught Lugia, we make our way through Victory Road. Along the way, I capture Toxicroak, who I named Orchid. Just before exiting Victory Road, we run into our rival, who challenges us to one last battle. Donkey starts off by sending out Silcoon. A critical hit Surf from Mistral takes him out in one hit. Next is Sister Taro, who knows Needle Arm, almost taking on Mistral. I switch to Sleep 8 and 2 Signal Beams later, Torterra goes down as well. I send out Lullaby to deal with his normal, and oh no, not again! This is not happening again! Lullaby puts him to sleep with Spore, and they use the next turn to heal up Sleep 8, allowing him to tank any hit using its Focus Sash. I am taking no chances against this thing. Golduck goes down after a critical hit Seed Flare. Snorlax is up next, but goes down to 2 Dynamic Punches and a Crush Claw. Last is Shuppet, but a bite from Tether takes him out. Having passed all the obstacles of Victory Road, we arrive at the Indigo Plateau. I swap out Verdant for Orchid and stock up on items. After our final preparations are complete, we enter the hallway leading to the first of the Elite Four, Will. Zigzagoon goes down after one Surf. For Miltank, I use the newest member of the team. A Choice Bandit Rivalry boosted critical hit Cross Trap takes out Miltank in one hit. Next is Gramble, the Psychic type gym leader, yeah right. One more Cross Trap takes out Gramble as well. I swap out Orchid for Sleep 8 to take out Scrodon with a Seed Flare. Will's last Pokemon is Linoon. I would use Orchid again, but I'm running out of PP for Cross Chop, so Mistral takes out Linoon with Surf. Having defeated the first member of the Elite Four, I fully heal my team with Max Potions and move on to the second member of the Elite Four, Koga. His Slowpoke, Magcargo, and Magikarp don't pose a threat to Mistral, but after he sends out his Gengar, I realize just how underleveled I am for the second member of the Elite Four, let alone the champion. On top of that, Gengar is also holding Black Sludge. Bitch! Fortunately, Psycho Boost lowers Gengar's special attack by 2 stages, making it weaker each time he uses it. Saren is eventually able to take out Gengar with super effective Extrasensory. Last is Arcanine, who gets taken out by 2 Surfs. The third member of the Elite Four is Bruno, who sends out Dialga. I have Mistral confused whilst it uses Magnetize. I send out Saren, and thanks to Forewarn, I know that Dialga knows Earthquake. Great! I swap the Sleep 8 and get crit twice in a row. At this point, my strategy is spamming Max Potions until Dialga runs out of PP for Earthquake. Unfortunately, while spamming A to get to the dialogue faster, I accidentally used Perish Song instead of healing. But hey, it kinda worked out as Dialga used Magical Leaf instead. And the Perish Song forcing Dialga to swap, allowing Sleep 8 to set up 3 nasty plots. Sleep 8 then took out Oddish, Latias, and Baneri. Even after 6 special attack raises, Dialga still tanks hits from Sleep 8. After a long time of fighting Dialga, all it needs is one more hit and come on!
One eternity later.
Alright, we did it. It's finally down. And last up is Minun, who Mistral is able to take out. One member of the Elite Four remaining, Karen, and she gets absolutely destroyed by Sleep 8. It's not even close after Sleep 8 has set up. Having defeated all of the members of the Elite Four, Will, Koga, Bruno, and I guess Karen, I mean, seriously, you guys lost to her? We now stand before the champion, and I have just one thing to say to him.
It's time to do.
He sends out Chimchar in attack position. I have Mistral use Surf to take out Chimchar. Next is Badoo. He activates the spell card Light Screen, so I activate my trap card, Confuse Ray. Confuse Ray allows me to confuse the target. I'm running out of spell cards to restore my life points, so I can't play too defensively against Lance, so I immediately play defensively against Badoo. Mistral and Badoo barely survive, so I switch to Saren whilst Lance heals Badoo. Round 2 of chip damage commences. After taking out Badoo, I switch Saren for Tether and chip away Bidoof with Toxic and Bite. Kricketune is up next, so I swap the Sleep 8 and put Kricketune to sleep. After using Nasty Plot 3 times, I one-shot Kricketune with Signal Beam. Sleep 8 also deals with his Gliscor in 2 hits. It all comes down to this. Lance's final Pokemon, a Rattata. That is such an anticlimactic ending. Lullaby puts Rattata to sleep with Spore, and I accidentally press Dig instead of Crabhammer, wasting 1 turn of sleep. I have Lullaby use Crabhammer this time, and... okay, no, that's fine, let's just do it again, and... why does Lullaby always get put to sleep? This is only a mild inconvenience, however, I'll just use an Awakening and use Spore again. Is this a joke to you? How did you even hit Grass Whistle twice in a row? One full heal later, and there is no way it hits Grass Whistle 3 times in a row. So let's try Spore again and are you kidding me? At this point, I'm not worried about losing to this Rattata. I'm worried about losing my sanity whilst fighting this Rattata. It used Protect again. No, that's fine. It hit a 3rd Grass Whistle. See if I care. I care immensely! I am finally able to land Spore. He's styling on me as well. This Rattata needs to be put down. I can finally attack, and oh my god, why? Who hurt you? Yeah, no, of course Lullaby missed Crabhammer again. Lest we forget, we are fighting the top percentage of Rattata here. How hard is it to hit a fucking sleeping target? Lullaby finally manages to hit Crabhammer, an 85% accuracy move, by the way. A second Crabhammer knocks out Rattata, granting us a spot in the Hall of Fame.